alive! Hail Karuga! Kapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate the cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karuga.
Son of a bitch. Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Kupla, and welcome to Bed Life for Monday, May 15th, 2023. Monday. Another Monday in the great scheme of Mondays. There's an infinite number of Mondays going forward. There will be an infinite number of Mondays going backwards. There's a near infinite number of Mondays, but not totally infinite. Not if you believe in the Big Bang Theory, which, contrary to some clickbait YouTube videos and, highly suspect blog posts, has yet to be debunked by the James Webb Space Telescope. For those of you who pay attention to those sorts of things. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the universe has always existed and will always continue to exist. It's possible, but seems more likely it had a beginning. Well, then you ask, well, what happened before the Big Bang? What happened before the universe came into existence? I don't know. Was there literally nothing? Did nothing exist? Is nothing something? Or is nothing truly nothing? If nothing's truly nothing, then could you even tell time? Did time exist before the Big Bang? I would say no. No, time began at the creation of the Big Bang. So, you can't say that there was eons and eons of nothingness. because eons themselves did not exist. Or was it really just an empty universe, devoid of matter and energy, but which existed for infinite amount of time? Who knows? I don't know. These are questions that nobody can answer, and likely nobody will ever be able to answer. Yet we still ask. And yet, through thousands and thousands of years of evolution, or whatever you may or may not believe in, we've gotten to this part, this far, and the questions that get our clicks often have to do with celebrity gossip, minor political differences, and of course, who is the better Star Trek captain, Kirk or Janeway? No, nobody's ever asked Kirk or Janeway, but Kirk or Picard. And, yeah, these are the things that we choose. We choose to spend our lives debating because it's easier than debating the hard stuff. Not saying it's good, it's bad. It's just the way it is. John Meyer, first in the chat. Kapla, John Meyer says, another Monday. Sad Garfield noises. Garfield hates Mondays, but he loves lasagna. So lasagna on a Monday, is it a good day or a bad day? Only Garfield knows for sure. Excuse me. Not Ryan Johnson says hello in Kapla. Hail Karoga. Hail Karoga. Richie Poole says Kapla. Kapla Richie. Richie sent me a video clip of George Takei being interviewed on CNN about his book. Apparently he wrote a children's book. We Were Called the Enemy, and I guess some politician somewhere thought it was a bad book to have in a school. So of course he made this whole giant thing up about how he was being, I don't know, persecuted because his library book, I don't know, some school supposedly somewhere didn't want to carry it. So of course it was the fault of everybody who disagrees with him politically, blah, 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 blah. It was like, George, shut the fuck up, George, okay? Shut the fuck up. I have you on video. I have the fucking YouTube video open. It's been open for 2.5 years. I've yet to do the video on it. But there you are, freely admitting that you watched TV as a young Japanese American, and you were watching people play cowboys and Indians, and you wanted to be the cowboy. Nobody ever wanted to be the Indian. And you're absolutely right, George. You're absolutely right. Everybody wanted to be the cowboy, including you, and you were perfectly able to imagine yourself being the cowboy, even though the cowboy was being played by some white kid and not somebody who looked exactly like you. Because, George, we all have imagination, okay? We all have it. You don't need to be 100% represented all the time and everything. Now you want to, right, oh, but we need this book for representation. I'm not a fan of banning books, and I honestly don't understand why his book would ever be banned. But for truthfulness, I never opened the book, and they didn't show the book. So what's in there? Is it really just a Japanese American experience about being the victim, a terrible, terrible injustice of the time to be imprisoned in their own country by their own government without having committed any crime? I tell you, when I think of that, what it makes me want to do is make sure I have guns in case that ever come around again. If you go with the government, you're going to be disarmed, and you're going to be at their mercy. And from what we've learned in the past, it could be years, if not decades, before the courts figure out and say, oh, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry we stole your private property from you. I'm sorry we put your family in internment camps. I'm sorry we took the God-given liberties that this Constitution guaranteed you had. And don't worry that it was all a Democrat-run government that did it. It doesn't matter. Could have been Republican-run. It happened to be Democrat-run, but it could be either way. So all these things that you think you have protecting you, when it comes right down to it, they're just as easy to disappear. So what are you going to do if you don't have anything to make your stand? You're just gonna what? You're just going to go into the prison camps and wait your turn, wait and hope that in 5 or 10 years somebody comes and lets you out, and maybe you get an apology, maybe you get a little bit of money back for everything. It's not going to count. It's not going to come close to making you whole. It's not going to come close to giving your children the childhood they had taken from them. But we're supposed to just what? Give away our guns because somebody might use them in a crime that's already illegal. It's already illegal. Anyway. John Araki says, beware the Ides of May. Yes. The Ides of May. Today, May 15th. May 15th. Mom Pray and Dad Pray's wedding anniversary. 47 years ago. 47 years ago today. Mom Pray and Dad Pray got married. I saw the video. It was an interesting day 2 years before I existed, but it happened. Sean PRK Kapla said, hey guys, I used to be Moxley. Moxley, you changed your name to Sean. I changed my name, trying it out for a while, may change it back. No problem, Sean, aka Moxley. And Sean will be back in a bit. John Aragi says trans Moxley lives matter. I don't think that was exactly what he was going for there, John. Gorilla's random thought says Kapla bird, Kapla gorilla. And John Araki says hashtag ban Kronos. Hakeem says Kapla bird and chat Kapla Hakeem. LDG waves and says double X. Speed up your YouTube to double X speed. Captain Fandom Nerd says hello, Captain. John DeMarco says greetings all. Greetings, John. I saw the video earlier today on Space Dock and all similar Space Dock like space stations. Sean PRK, aka Moxley, says, I don't doubt it. Mr. Lundell's groovy movie, says Kapla. Kapla, Mr. Lundell. Yvette says, good evening, Bird, and everyone, good evening to the lovely Yvette. John Flatt says, hail, Birdo Prey 5, the mods and the chats. Kapla, John Flatt. Sean PRK says, we, the people, from now on, it's going to be under one roof. From a piece of the action. Last Son of K says, rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Some music, I don't know. The song Mamas and Papas, says Mama Pray. The song, I don't know it. But, Josh Trey says, another Monday. So Verto Frey, this is what 1,542,420 Mondays since Karoga cut off the internet for the Karogan orphan miners. No, there have not been 1 million Mondays since Karoga existed. Sean PRK says to Yvette, I decided to change my name. I may change it back. LDG says there is no time, only Zool. Yvette says time doesn't exist. Seem pretty sure of that, Yvette. Josh Street says vertebrae before the Big Bang. God bet Salty he could light his own fart on fire. And Yvette with a £2 sterling
negative at this time.
Super chat. Thank you, Yvette. Says fingers crossed for kissing Dax for you all. Well, thank you, Yvette. It was eyebrow Dax, but it was a Dax nonetheless. Stan Lee says, do we just keep expanding? That's a possibility. Sean says time is an illusion. The Random Menace is greetings from the future. Greetings, Yosef, aka Future Daddy Man. John Aragi says, if time doesn't exist, why does Bird need so much sleep? That is a wonderful question. Yvette says, space-time is the standard unless you are on Earth. Then you use an inverted method called time. An invented method called time. Stanley says, when the doors of perception of cleansed things will appear as they truly are, infinite. Joshua says, John Araki, that's a good question, and one we will never get an answer to. And LDG just gifted a membership. Thank you so much, LDG. And Gorilla's Random Thoughts was gifted the LDG membership. Complot, thank you. John Araki says, if the universe is expanding and Salty Tracker's channel is in it, why is his subscriber count not expanding too? Well, fair enough, but so the same as with my subscriber count. You see, when you don't do videos, when you only do live streams and you don't do uploaded videos, the numbers shrink. The numbers shrink. I'm back down below 2,700 today. It's a sharp hit. And Stanley says to John Araki, he says, well, I think he's expanding. That's probably true. Not Ryan Johnson says, time is an illusion. Lunchtime, doubly so. Douglas Adams, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Stan Lee says, so that's something. Yvette says, not Ryan, love that quote and use it often. Stan Lee says, paradox, lasagna on Monday. Well, I mean, you can certainly have lasagna on Monday. You're going to have leftovers of it on Tuesday. You might even get some more on Wednesday out of it. Not Ryan Johnson says, Bird of Prey looks like he's ready to take a nap, even more than usual. Yeah. Stan Lee says, maybe he just woke up. No, I've been up all day. Yeah, it's one of those weeks. Not Ryan Johnson says to Yvette, I love that book. Hitchhiker's Guide. It was such a big book. It was all the books put together, but I remember it. Bright, light bluish cover and big, thick book. Not Ryan Johnson says Stan Lee. That sounds about right. Stan Lee says to Josh Reed, so it already reached its maximum size and it started to contract. And there'll be another explosion in a few million years. Well, if it was contracting, I would say we'd have at least a few billion years. I mean, this solar system, the sun itself has another 4.5 billion years left to go. I would say the universe has at least 20 to 40 billion years, probably 100 billion years to go before it was contract again. That's some rough Kurogan math. And that's assuming we ever recontract. John Flatts, a silly question to ask, and the answer is James Tiberius Kirk is the greatest Star Trek captain, although Jean-Luc Picard would come in second behind William Shatner's portrayal of James T. Kirk. Kapla, Bird. Kapla, John Platt. Yvette says, not Ryan. I've been listening to them yet again and am OB Life Universe and Life Universe and everything. Arthur has just learned to fly. Last Son of K says, so I wish William Shatner could outlive all these wokey Trekalites, JC and GD. Josh Street says, Stan Lee, just keep the lighter away from Salty when he has beans. Not Ryan Johnson says, now Bird of Prey is all riled up about something. I think he may ready be take a batleth to someone's face. Hello? That's me.
Joseph, my name is Isha. I know this call may be a bit out of the blue, but I was calling about a property I believe you may own.
I don't.
Yep, on 270th 39th Ave in Bayside. I just wanted to see if you would consider on the property there.
How big an offer?
It depends on the condition. Have you done any major remodeling to the kitchen over the last years?
How about you figure it out, you put together an offer, and you call me back, assuming it's over 7 figures.
Totally give you an offer right now, but it's not as precise because I don't know the condition of the home. I haven't done it.
Right.
But a ballpark offer, give me 1 second. I'll tell you right now. Ballpark offer would be something like the condition But please keep in
Understood.
mind, we aren't a real estate company. We're lawyers, so there are no real estate commissions or fees that are associated with this. And you wouldn't. We buy the property as is, and we pay all the closing costs. So you wouldn't have to deal with the taxes and
It's
whatnot
fine.
that are
Thank
usually.
you, but I'm not interested. Bye. I thought I could get something out of that. Oh well. Hey, they can't all be winners. They can't all be winners. They don't want to, just doing her job, making random calls to people, offering them money for their homes. Ms. Lundell says Takai keeps playing the hurt person of color because it's expected of him. It gives him credit in Hollywood. Scotty R37 says, F it, dude. Let's go bowling. Hey, Scotty. I had a dream with you in it, Scotty. Josh Street says 14 minutes into a Monday stream and 12 minutes bird rant and counting. John DeMarco says maybe it's a good day to rant. Random Menace says today is a good day to rant. Scotty says, ahoy, 6 o'clock already. I was just in the middle of a dream. How did I know? I was in the middle of a dream. You were in it. So, okay. I know you and Anti-Derivative Jill are not married, but you guys often stream together. So I think I was listening to you guys doing a game stream. I don't know if it was last night or the night before, but whatever, it was fresh in my head. And so I had you guys in my brain, you guys were married. And I owned well, I didn't own it, but I was telling people I owned a sports stadium. I believe it was a football stadium, American football. And I don't know why I was telling people I owned it. It was funny at the time that people believed me. And like you and Jill came and you were visiting. And I was like, yeah, this is my stadium. Go make yourself, go make yourself at home. And you guys like, oh, like, where should we go? And I was like, oh, I brought you to the level that had the sky boxes. And I said, yeah, just go to the one that's right at the 50-yard line and just go, make yourselves at home in there. I told you guys I'd come back for you later. And you guys are like, oh, thanks so much. And the thing is, knowing something about the sky boxes and the people who rent them, since my company had rented the sky boxes at Yankee Stadium, paid for, I know that a lot of the people going to the skybox don't necessarily know the other people, because the skybox is generally owned by a company, and the company gives out maybe 5 or 10 tickets to one guy, 5 or 10 tickets to somebody else, and then they keep 5 or 10 tickets for VIPs that might ever want to go. So you don't usually have exclusive use of the skybox. Usually your group intermingles with another group, and you really have no idea who the other people might be. Everybody's on their best behavior. There's plenty of room. So it's usually not a big deal. So I was like, well, if I just send them there, I'm sure the people who own, the skybox or are using the skybox are just going to be nice to them and are going to make them feel welcome. And ha ha ha, at the end of the night, they'll come out and they'd have a great time, and nobody'd ever be the wiser that they weren't ever supposed to be there. But for whatever reason, after I sent you guys to the 50-yard line skybox, I got arrested for something minor. I don't remember why. But I do remember I was quite worried in the dream what was going to happen to you guys at the end of the night. I didn't want you guys to get arrested too. So I don't know how exactly, but I ended up being in like a duel, not with weapons, but just I could walk, mind you, I could walk. So I had to fight some guy to get out of prison, which I did, and I felt very bad, but I did. I hit him a couple of times pretty hard. I won the fight, and I made it out of prison, and I had to get in a Jeep, but the Jeep was lacking an engine, so I had to steal an engine, and I felt really bad. Now, I think this was from the Enterprise episode where they had to steal the warp coil from that other ship. And like I was like going through in my brain, like, oh my God, I feel like just like Captain Archer having to steal an engine from a person who totally doesn't deserve to have their engine stolen, but for the greater good of making it back to the stadium, which I lied and said I owned, just to make sure you guys got out of there without being arrested. I felt like I owed it to you guys, and I made it there, and it turned out it was for nothing, because everybody was hysterical laughing. You guys were a big hit, and like they knew you weren't supposed to be there anyway, but you guys made such a good impression on them, they invited you back for the next time anyway. And so like I came up to quote unquote rescue you, and found out you didn't need to be rescued at all. And then I had a nice big laugh. I was like, oh good, because I was really worried. And then I had this Jeep that had this extra fast engine on it. Now I was like, oh, now I've got to just bring this engine back. But I decided, I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just keep it. So, yeah, I felt bad when I woke up that I decided to keep the engine, but I felt good that I didn't, I didn't send you guys, I didn't cut and run on you guys. I was going to come back for you. You didn't need it. You didn't need it, but I would have been there if you did need it. The only people who really lost was whoever it was Jeep engine I stole. And to be honest, they were dicks. I didn't go into it in this but I did witness them beating on children. So like, I really didn't mind stealing their engine parts. They were assholes. That said, I knew, despite them being assholes, I still didn't have any legal right to take their car parts, but I also didn't care that much. Just the truth of it. Anyway, that was the true story of Scotty in my dream. Not Ryan Johnson says, Yvette, I have to reread those books. Haven't read them in a while. Scotty says, Kapla on your FM dial. LDG says hi to Scotty, who says hey back. John Street says, John DeMarco, that old Kurogan saying, Monday is a good day to rant. still rings true. Still. Scotty says, does this wrench mean I have responsibility? No responsibility, Scotty, except please don't accidentally ban anybody. Don't time out anybody, but you are free to put in any links you want. The Random Menace is weed to people. No. LDG says status, asked Scotty. Scotty says Yvette. John DeMarco says indeed to Josh. The old Kurogan saying, yes, Monday's a good day to rant. Last Son of K says knee to the people. No, knee the peepee. What the fuck? Knee the peepee. Oh my God. Scotty yells gorilla. John Araki says Rip Archer. Josh Street says Yvette, you need to slip Bird 100 to get Kissing Dax on Mondays. Scotty says Sterling Archer died. I have not heard that. Yvette is lolling at Josh. Deej Odyssey says greetings, I am here. And beat LDG again today in Bertle. Awesome, Deej. Awesome. Yvette says hey to Deej. I got Bertle in 3 today. LDG says, are you challenging me to a word off? Sounds like Deej is. Josh says, Yvette, I feel like I am live in the UK for the last few days with it raining. I feel like I live in the UK for the last few days with it raining. Deej says, hey to Yvette. And LDG says, bring it, Deej, I'm undefeated. Deej says, LDG, you didn't get it yesterday. Don't make me get your mom to slap you again. Yvette says, Josh, I would feel sorry for you, but it's raining. Lol. LDG says, so what? I still take you down in a word off. Deej says, took you 5 tries today. I did it in 3. I did it in 3 also. So LDG says, so yes or no on the word off challenge. Last on the case is Deej. Just give LDG the tennis balls and be done with it. LDG says we can do it after Birds live on my channel. Deej says, okay, every time you lose, you get tennis balls. The Traveler says, Bird of Prey, greetings, humans, Klingon warriors, and Vulcan nerds, Kapla, Traveler. LDG says, first to 5 points, I'll destroy you. Make sure he's not playing it now. Multi-Gunman says, Bird. Right? Yes. He does say it, but it jumped. It jumped. And he says, hey, Bird, how's it going? It's going well, Multi-Gunman. Hope it's going well with you. Scotty is saying, live negotiations. John Aragi says, Bird accepts hugs as payment. Deej says, ballpark offer. She's going to beat you with a bat. Scotty says, ask for $5. Cuddles too, says Last on the K. John Aragi says he also sells blood and Jaloja juice. Scotty says she seemed nicest. You should have given her my number. You see, that's what it was. She seemed too nice to tear apart live on the stream. Hakeem says, tell her to throw in a massage and you'll make it an offer. Lol. Jaloja juice. Ew, yes. Antidote Jill says, lol, Bird is humoring the scammers. I don't know that she was actually a scammer. I think she might have been a legit person that tries to buy real estate on the cheap. Scotty says, I would have charmed her into dozens of dollars. Oi. Oh. Josh Street says, Bird of Prey, she's trying to get you to sell the Krogan mind. Deej says, should have told her to come over and cuddle while she figured out that offer. Scotty wanted a story. We did Calto. Yes. Yes, you guys did the overnight gaming stream, the point and click adventure game. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, Bird, cheer up, or I'm going to start pulling dirty jerks in the chat until you laugh. I think I'm relatively cheered up, Gorilla. Jedi Bill says, Kapla, Bird of Prey, Kapla, Jedi. John Plants, it sounds like that lady was working for BlackRock, buying up properties to turn into rentals. Maybe. Scotty says, we are not, she is, I am not. Stadium, this is epic. Yes, I know you guys are not married to each other. I know that she is married. And I don't know about the stadium being epic, but I thank you for the flattery. Joshua says, we get your popcorn ready. Well, get your popcorn ready for a bird dream story. Hakeem says, a little more bird fan fiction. Deed says, bird dreaming of Scotty. I knew it. In my defense, I was dreaming of Scotty and Jill. Scotty says, thank you. 'Tis a very nice box. It was a nice luxury box. Dave G. Sound says, Kapla, Karoga, Kapla. Joshua says, Deej, did you forget Bird was dreaming of you last week? Deej says he didn't know about that one. Multi Gunman says, Deej is high and banned. Scotty says, did we fight dragons in this box of your dream? No, there were no dragons. Deej says, the Multi Gunman unbanned. The Travelers is Bird of Prey. There is nothing like being late to a bird stream and catch up to play it at 2x speed. Scotty says, this is so great. Thank you. Multi Gunman says, Deej, I have a ban on all unbans, so your unban will not work. Scotty says, Dream Police, we made it scot-free. Deej says, the Multi Gunman, I am just unbannable since the beginning of time. Last Son of K says, Dream Weaver. John DeMarco says, did you defeat this guy using a lurper? No, using my fists, which is very unusual for me in a dream. I usually don't hit people. The Multi Gunman says, Deej, I have a Kurogan made time machine, so I can travel back in time and pre-ban you. Scotty says, you sound like Snake Plissken. I'm John Hurt from Alien, and Jill is Kirstie Alley Savick. The Random Menace says, it's fascinating how you can remember your dreams. I am sure I have dreams, but I do not remember any of those. You really don't remember any of your dreams, Random Menace? Oh, I remember quite a few. I mean, and so many of them are like truly epic. Like, I'd say once every 2 weeks at least, I have a dream that's like the equivalent of a Hollywood big budget, $1 billion budget epic movie that I am amazed that random firings in my brain put together such a crazy weaved web of stories that like just blow me away, and I can only remember them for like 4 or 5 minutes when I first wake up. I have to work really hard to put that dream into like a different kind of memory, because I don't care how big the dream is, if I don't actively try to remember it in 4 or 5 minutes, an entire like a fucking Avatar. Imagine seeing Avatar or Titanic and it being completely erased from your memory in 5 minutes after you're done watching it. That's the type of thing. That's the type of thing I deal with. Scotty says, yay, we Ferris Buellered. You let us in. We needed you in the first place. I guess that's true. Jedi Bill says, Kapla, brother warrior, bird of prey. All should hail Karoga. Kapla, Jedi Bill. And absolutely, all should hail Karoga. Last son of K says, Bueller. Scotty says, should I say we? I don't want to speak for Bird's interpretation of Jill. John Platt says, Bird's an honorable convict. He should have fought this guy and beat him fair and square without having to shank him. I didn't have to shank him. Scotty says, I was Bird in this instance anyways, if we are going by Inception rules. The multi-gunman says, the man, the myth, the legend, the random menace. Scotty says, dream car parts are always up for grabs. The multi-gunman says, confirmed Bird condones stealing engine parts and beating children. No, I was angry at the beating of the children. Antiderivative Jill says, incredible dream, Bird. Bird is so brave, but in no way am I that charming in real life. I think you sell yourself short, Antiderivative Jill. But I obviously only know you from your streams and what you say here, but you do seem like a charming person. And Scotty agrees. And I would say those 410 plus subscribers you have agree as well. And growing. Gorilla's Random Thoughts got Bertle in 5. Deej says, hey to Captain Phantom Nerd. Yitza Lemon says, careful, Deej. When you play a game with LDG, he will leave in the first rounds when he's losing. Hashtag never forget. Deej says, Yitza, he'll attempt to use AI to help him. Captain Phantom Nerd says, Bertle in 3. Had all the letters in 2, yet today, a lot of people got Bertle in 3. It was a good Bertle. It's a good Bertle. Substance D says, Kapla, Substance D. Says, LDG, a challenge would make for a nice diversion. GID, hit me up after your ass is grass and my foot is the lawnmower. Deej says, hey to Bill, as does LDG and Scotty. Jedi Bill says hello to LDG. Captain Phantom Nerd says hey to Scotty. Deej says, by the way, Bird, penis for Wordle today. You know, I was going to ask for a Wordle word, but I'm still going to ask for one when I actually get to Wordle. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Catching up at 2x speed. Andrew Jill says, thanks to Scotty. Deej says, Jill run. Bird was dreaming about you last night. Scotty says, I have been Spider-Man in my dreams 3 times. I don't think I've ever had a Trek dream. Jedi Bill says, I never remember my dreams, but I don't ever sleep. Well, that could be a problem. Last son of K says, Titanic, there was room on that door for 2. Stupid ending. And Scotty says, yay to Jill. Cody guy is waving. And Deej is again yelling, penis. Of course he is. Of course he is. So I've done Bertle today. So we're going to go to Wordle, which I have not done. And Deej really wants the penis. So we'll give Deej his starting word. Typoed it. There we go. And we have the N in the right spot, and we have an E to work with. So let's see. I mean, I know it's not anything so easy, but Money. We've got O and E, but they're in the wrong spots. So we know the second. That is weird. Now, does it start with O? Does it end with? Let's see. O. Wow, that is confusing. Okay. Well, if it doesn't, maybe it ends in E. It can't, it could start with E, or it could end with E. It's E, A, N, A-N-O-D-E, anode. Ooh, okay. Well, we know we got the E. Oh, shit, I moved the N. Okay. Well, we don't know where the A is. We don't know what letter's here. We know the N is there. And we know the E. So it's either ends like that, or it starts with an O. X, N, X, E. What would it be? Can't be I. Oh, there's got to be an A somewhere. There's got to be an A. O, A, N. O, A, O, Q, O, R, Orne, Ort, Otne, Olne, Own, Onche, Onbe, or Own, no Y. O, W, O, Q, O, T. Okay, let's just go through the whole alphabet. O, W, O, Q, no. O, W, no. O, E, no. O, R, no. O, T, no. O, U, no. O, O, no. O, A, no. OF, no. OG, no. OH, no. OJ, no. OK, no. OL, no. OZ, OX, no. OC, no. OV, no. OB, no. ONN, no. So then, and that's the one we don't know. And this is NAE. Acne, owl, own, OWNAE, no. OE, no. ORNAE, no. OTNAE, no. OUNAE, no. OANAE, no. LDG says warning, overheating, bird's head, about to explode. OFNAE.
All right.
Hey, you got kissing Dax. OGNAE. OHNAE. OJNAE. OKNAE. OLNAE. OZNAE. God damn it, this is why Wordle is better. Birdle is better than Wordle. Oxnae, CNAE, Acne, OV, NAE, Obne, Onne. Well, what the fuck? Okay. Okay, so OQNAE, OWNAE, OENAE, ORNAE, OT, ORNAE, OTNAE, OUNAE, OOANAE, OANAE, OFNAE, OGNAE, OHNAE, OJNAE, OKNAE,
Who's been holding up the damn elevator?
OLNAE, OZNAE. 205 said, row your boat. FFS. Row your boat gently down the stream. Row your boat. Life is but a dream. I don't get it. Row your boat gently down the stream. What, oars? Or? OR? R-E-O-R-N. What? Serious robot, or he's having a stroke? Illogical. For the love of God, canoe. God damn it. What? How was I sure I had the right letter? Huh. Thanks, Deej. Okay, Deej. I owe Deej one. I was stuck in a loop. Fucking Wordle. Where were we? This was all Deej's fault because I started with his word. The traveler says, my video caught up. Bird is talking slow again. Traveler says, audio, pick that. Miss Londell says, snake. Random Menace says, I only remember glimpses of some R-rated dreams. Well, those are different dreams. Scotty says, I can't spell mustache. Thank you, Vertebrae. You smell like lilac. Scotty says, cheers all. Captain Fan of Nerds says, does not start with an O. LDG says, oh boy. Hey, McFly. Antidirt of Jill says later. LDG says bingo. Deej says, row your boat. Row your boat. LDG says AJ. John DeMarco says Wordle is but a dream. Miss Londell says you're messing up, Bird. LDG says he's overheating. D says that's it, folks. We won't see the end of this till tomorrow. Miss Londell says it's really painful when you know the solution and you see others struggling to solve it. Last Son of K is laughing with Deej. Miss Captain Phantom Nerd is lolling. Oh my God. LDG says anyone watching this at 2x now is laughing. Yitza Lemon says 081-811-8181. Last Son of K says, wow, I can literally see smoke coming out of Bird's ears. Do you want to see what's in the ears? I know LDG does. Captain Phantom Nerd says, oh, can you see? Oh, can you see? Deej says, for the love of God, canoe. Cody guy's laughing. LDG says, the word is right in front of you. And last on the case is Deej. I told him that 10 minutes ago. Deej says, I know, but it's too far back for him to see it now. Captain Phantom Nerd is lolling. LDG says, serious, Bird's a robot or he's having a stroke. John DeMarco says, illogical, all units relate, all units, Norman coordinate. Deej says, I'm going to text it to him. Last on the case is, but hey, we've gotten all this entertainment out of him, mentally burning up. Deej. Yitza Lemon says, OE, OAA, ting, tang, walla, walla, bling. Words and pictures says, kapla, oterang. I don't know what the hell that is. Yitza says, bong. Travelers is a very small boat. Last on the K is dying laughing. Mr. Lundell says, I'm literally screaming at my smart television. Deej says, last on the K, it was like 20 minutes ago. LDG says, I broke mine. Thank God I have replacements. Yitz 11 says, Joseph doesn't remember his dreams because he is sleeping next to one. That's true. And last on the case, it's okay, Deej. I was only kidding when I brought it up to you. This was too funny. And LDG says no. He does not want to see what's in my ears. Anyway, moving on. It is May 15th. Besides being Mama Frey wedding anniversary, yesterday was also 29 years since the passing of my grandfather, Papa O'Fray. He was the one who purchased the land in Caroga for what would one day become the mighty Carogan Empire. He had fought valiantly in World War II, shot by the Nazis, the one famously taken into a hospital, dropped on the German side of the hospital until they questioned him and said, "Oh, you can speak good English for a Kraut." He's like, "I'm not a Kraut, I'm from Brooklyn." And they're like, "Oh yeah, you speak really good English." And then he showed him his dog tags. And I'm like, "Somebody get this guy away from all these fucking Krauts." And they dragged him to the other side of the hospital where they were providing better treatment since it was an American-run hospital. And he got his bullet wounds attended to. And I guess he eventually ended up coming home after that. Big day, I guess. He came home, married my grandmother, Mama O'Prey, who lived into her 90s, only passed away, unfortunately, after contracting COVID. And she got to meet her first, and to this point only, great-grandchild, Charlie, which was a beautiful thing. Her mother also lived to meet her first great-grandchild, which was me. Like her mother, she lived to meet the first one, but was not around for the second. Now, at this time, I'm not aware of a second great-grandchild being born yet, but I do have another cousin about to be married and of the right age that I would think shortly after she is married, she will probably have a baby, assuming she wants one. So I would think the family will see another generation, another member of the next generation fairly soon. Within the next couple of years, if God willing, all things work out. Like I said, May is a big month in this family. November is a big month for birthdays, but May is a big month for anniversaries, deaths, holidays, and the like. Jedi Bill says today is my dad's 78th birthday, and Doro Lucas's 79th birthday. Dior Lucas? I don't know who Dior Lucas is, but happy birthday to your father, Jedi Bill. Happy 78th birthday. 54.5 Access Radio says, sorry about your grandpa. It's okay, Access Radio. I forgive you. You guys, you did what you had to do. You were only following orders. Last Son of K says, happy birthday to your father, Jedi Bill. Absolutely. Who says thank you. So, today is National Chocolate Chip Day. Bring flowers to someone day. Giving flowers is a wonderful way of expressing your feelings to the people you care about. I remember in college, I bought 24 long stem roses for a girl. God damn, they were expensive. For a college kid with no money, they were fucking expensive. She brought them back. She wouldn't accept them. She would not accept them. I remember she brought them back. Oh, I had nothing to do with them. So I offered, it was in the fraternity office. So I offered to give them to a fraternity brother. And he was like, oh shit, 24 long stem roses? Hell yeah. And he took them right away. Said thank you. He said thank you. He took them right away. But then, like, she looked at him and gave him, like, the stink eye. It wasn't like he was giving them to her, but, like, she knew who he was going to give them to. And he thought it better of it, and he put them down. He's like, yeah, he's like, on second thought, I don't, he made up some excuse, but the real excuse was she knew that he didn't buy them for his girlfriend, and she would have just told his girlfriend anyway. So, like, it was better not to take these roses. So, another guy who also had a girlfriend took them, but his girlfriend, nobody knew. So, it would never get back to her that these were originally intended for somebody else. Yeah. Oh well. But at least I tried. I don't regret not trying. I don't regret not trying. It happens. What's the worst that can happen? They bring the flowers back. I tell you, when I was at the room leaving the flowers, her other suite mates were like, what the fuck is this? How is it she keeps getting guys giving her flowers? They would have taken the flowers, but I didn't want to go back to her room at that point, since I obviously wasn't welcome, and give it to one of her random suite mates. But I could have, I guess. It is hyperremesis gravidarum, hypermesis gravidarum awareness day. Observe the day to raise awareness that HG is more severe and not just morning sickness. So it's Morning Sickness Awareness Day. It's International Conscientious Objector Day, and it's somebody breaking a gun in half, literally with their own physical strength, breaking a gun in half. If conscientious objectors were as strong as Superman, then they could be useful. But most people don't have the power to physically break a gun in half. Join us as we celebrate Conscientious Objectors this International Conscientious Objectors Day. May 15th, International Conscientious Objectors Day. International Family Day. Families, both traditional and non-traditional, are the foundation of society. Hey, it's International Kangaroo Care Awareness Day. What? Kangaroo mother care is a simple yet effective way for parents to bond with their infants. Are you aware of this, Mama Pray? International Kangaroo Care Awareness Day?
No.
What the fuck is this?
Oh, goodness.
International Kangaroo Care Awareness Day is held every year on May 15th. It's a global event aims to increase the safety, implementation, research, awareness, education about kangaroo care globally. It also hopes to bring attention to the positive psychological and physiological benefits of kangaroo care. International Kangaroo Care Awareness Day, or Kangaroo Mother Care, or KMC Day, was founded on May 15, 2011 by Yamil Jackson, PhD, PE, PMP, to increase the safety, implementation, research, awareness, and education about kangaroo care globally. One popular way to celebrate Kangaroo Care Day is by facilitating a kangaroo-a-thon, which is a friendly competition in which baby is held the longest during a period of time. Jackson is an ergonomic PhD engineer, the mother of Zachary, a former micro-preemie who was born on May 15, 2001. Jackson and her husband, Zach, using kangaroo care in NICU, and it saved his life with his life support equipment failed when Zach was 3 weeks old and weighed just over 2 pounds. Zach survived and thrived against incredible odds. Today, he is in college. Jackson's mission in life and transformational desire is to improve the healthcare development and neuroprotection and mental health of hospitalized babies and families. And yet they have yet to mention what the fuck kangaroo care is. When should you do kangaroo care? If it's possible, it should be done immediately after birth. It can last the entire postpartum period, or around 12 weeks. What is the core component of kangaroo care? Skin-to-skin contact is the core component. Other components like breastfeeding and follow-up care are context-specific. And how long is kangaroo care effective? Practicing kangaroo care for at least an hour is recommended. It can also be done for as long as the mom or parent and baby are comfortable. Hug someone you love. A sincere hug produces the love hormone, oxytocin, the feel-good hormone, serotonin, and can reduce stress and make you feel happy. Hug someone you care about, a partner, a friend, or a child. It can benefit you both. Make sure you get permission before you just go hugging a random child. No, it helps. I don't think it's going to help you in court. Or help a mom. Volunteer to do childcare, errands, or housework. It's important that moms feel supported and be able to give the best care to their families. I thought the mom needs to do the kangaroo care. Oh, now you have to have clean and healthy skin. Avoid smoking and lessen distractions. Yeah. And make sure you're healthy. It's kangaroo care. International MPS Awareness Day. I don't even care what it stands for. National Nylon Stocking Day. Celebrate Wardrobe Essential, which has played an important role in the fashion industry. National Safety Dose Day. For any illness, taking the proper dose is just as important as taking the right medication. Fair enough. National Senior Fraud Awareness Day. Join us as we raise awareness about financial fraud on National Senior Fraud Awareness Day. National Tuberous Sclerosis Day, not Tuberous Sclerosis Day. Join us in wearing awareness and eradicating social stigma. That is National Tuberous Sclerosis Day. Nylon Stocking Day. Didn't I say that already? A breakthrough material goes from women's drawers to the front lines and down into history. Peace Officers Memorial Day, Straw Hat Day, TSC Global Awareness Day, Vascular Birthmark Awareness Day, and finally, VBF Day of Awareness. Join us as we observe VBF Day of Awareness. And I no longer even care what any of these things stand for. Sorry. Jedi Bill says I spelled it wrong. It's George Lucas, the guy who wrote Star Wars, 79th birthday. Oh, happy birthday to George Lucas. Jim's Landscape LLC says hello, and he's got a prop phaser video out, and the link Kapla Jim's Landscape and Kapla are on the video. Yitza Lemon says kangaroo bags aren't as good as slings. Or father care. 47 Yorktown says, do you hop around like a kangaroo? No, apparently not. Babies don't like it when you hop with them. Eastland Burkholder says, a contest to kangaroo kick and punch people, and you get points for being polite and giving compliments. Good contest. Yes, Mama Pray.
Did you mention with that kangaroo what Charlie was doing the other day?
No, I did not.
Oh,
What?
he they were going to take a nap.
Yeah.
Ciso Prey and
So
Charlie.
Pray and Charlie were going to take a nap.
Right, they came from the pool.
They came from the pool. They are still on vacation in Orlando.
And she's laying down in bed and he's saying kangaroo, kangaroo.
Yeah.
So she put the phone down. She said, I'll be right back. When she brought the phone back up, he had climbed under her dress and she had a V-neck dress on. And there he was, like a kangaroo, facing forward, like her dress was a pouch.
Right.
That's what he called
the
kangaroo.
nephew of Prey. Called hanging out in Ciso Prey's dress, looking out like a kangaroo baby.
Yes.
He called it kangaroo.
Yeah, he wanted to play kangaroo. What can I say?
Cody Guy puts in a dog and cat. Welcome, Cody Guy. Eastland Burkle, this is 83 degrees. Humidity 98%. Kangaroo care. John DeMarco says, sure, help a mom. Dads don't get any help. Eastland Burkle, this is not the right climate for Mississippi. Yit says his dads are too busy getting scolded and denied access because they don't do it right. Last Son of K says, ooh la la, nylon stockings. Eastland says, silk wrap, Indonesia, common thing like kangaroo care. Yitza Lemon says, from tuberculosis to tuberculosis. It's not tuberculosis. This is different. tuberous sclerosis is not tuberculosis. I kept wanting to say tuberculosis, but it's not tuberculosis. This is tuber sclerosis. Easton Burkholder says, Dad's practicing kangaroo care will find chest hair might not be helpful. Chest hair, might be helpful, not detrimental. I don't see, but maybe. The Yid says is in the summer, you have a very large baby-sized stain of sweat on your chest. And Eastland says possums do this, but are not furry in Mississippi. Yeah, I can imagine. Possums are not the animal you wanna be close with. What do we got? May 15th. Special Counsel John Durham concludes FBI never should have launched full Trump ... One confirmed dead, an active shooter in Farmington, New Mexico. A man with baseball bat attacked staffers at Representative Jerry Colinoy's office. Turkey faces election runoff. Picks for me. IRS tests free e-filing system that could compete with tax prep. Mutation protected man from Alzheimer's disease, hinting at treatment. That's good. That's good. Pacific Northwest heat wave continues after historic weekend. That's bad. Billy Joel leaving 20-year New York home on the bay, living in Florida. You guys made Billy Joel leave. When Billy Joel leaves New York, it's time to worry. Oh my God, Billy Joel.
Okay.
He went to Florida.
Are we going to Orlando?
I don't know. Where did Billy Joel go?
I don't know, but I want to go to Orlando.
Mama Frey wants to go to Orlando because Mama Frey found out that she can get her favorite restaurant, Cracker Barrel, delivered. If they have delivery, if Cracker Barrel has delivery in your city, you're now on the short list of places Mama Frey would move to. Let's see.
I mean, that was something useful LDG could have told you.
That they do Cracker Barrel?
That I know Cracker Barrel's there.
Yeah.
That they deliver.
Well, he wouldn't know since he's banned.
Oh.
He's banned from
delivery?
Uber Eats and DoorDash. So yeah, I can't get Cracker Barrel delivered at LDG's.
Well, that's what Bill Craig got delivered yesterday morning. Breakfast.
Famous Bearer says, hello, bird people, looking good. Thank you, Famous Bearer. Welcome. What do we got? Succession creator on election night episode. Didn't watch it. Didn't watch it. Florida teacher investigated by DeSantis admin for showing Disney film.
Oh my God.
Which Disney film do you think it is? Uh, 3 dead giveaways. You're dealing with a woke fisher, according to a psychologist. What's a woke fisher? The World Health Organization advises not to use non-sugar sweeteners for weight control in newly released guideline. Okay, let's see. Which Disney cartoon? A Florida teacher is under investigation by the State Department of Education after what she believes is a targeted attack by a school board member who took issue with a Disney movie shown in her classroom. At Hernando County School Board meeting Tuesday, 5th grade teacher Jenner Barbie, alleged school board member Shannon Rodriguez, reported her to the Florida Department of Education for showing her students Disney's 2022 movie Strange World. It's the first Disney movie with an openly gay character. How is it that she has the right to show a movie from 2022? Barbie, a teacher at Whitting Waters K-8, said during a public comment the Disney movie tied into her students' earth science lesson and did not have sexually inappropriate content. Strange World review: Disney tackles father-son dynamics with a pulpy, adventurous twist. How is this earth science? I guess they're exploring a cave. How about if you're a science teacher, you stick to teaching from science? But whatever. False posts tout unregistered supplement as diabetes cure found in Miramar. Post misleads on reimbursement policy for House members. Let's see, beyond the front page. How to raise 89 million in small donations and make it disappear. How the AI knows things no one told it. I guess that's of interest. Researchers still struggle to understand how AI models trained to parrot internet text can perform advanced tasks such as running code, playing games, and trying to break up a marriage. No one yet knows how ChatGPT and its artificial intelligence cousins will transform the world. And one reason is that no one really knows what goes on inside them. Some of their system's abilities go far beyond what they were trained to do. And even their inventors are baffled as to why. A growing number of tests suggest these AI systems develop internal models of their real world, much as our own brain does, though the machine's technique is different. Everything we want to do with them in order to make them better or safer or anything like that seems to me like a ridiculous thing to ask ourselves to do if we don't understand how they work, says Ellie Pavlik of Brown University, one of the researchers working to fill that exploratory void. At least at one level, she and her colleagues understand GPT, short for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, and other large language models, or LLMs, perfectly well. The models rely on a machine learning system called a neural network. Such networks have a structure modeled loosely after connected neurons of the human brain. The code for these programs is relatively simple and fills just a few screens. It sets up an autocorrection algorithm which chooses the most likely word to complete the passage based on laborious statistical analysis of hundreds of gigabytes of internet text. Additional training ensures the system will present its results in the form of dialogue. In this sense, it does regurgitate what it learned. It's a sophisticated parrot, in the words of Emily Bender, a linguist at the University of Washington. But LLMs have also managed to ace the bar exam, explain the Higgs boson in iambic pentameter, and make an attempt to break up their users' marriage. Few had expected a fairly straightforward autocorrection algorithm to acquire such broad abilities. That GPT and other AI systems perform tasks they were not trained to do, giving them emergent abilities, has surprised even the researchers who have generally been skeptical about the hype over LLMs. I do not know how they're doing it or if they could do it more generally the way humans do, but they've challenged my views, says Melanie Mitchell, an AI researcher at Santa Fe Institute. It is certainly much more than a Stokiot parrot, and it certainly builds more representation of the world, although I do not think it's quite like how humans build an internal world model, says Yoshua Bengio, an AI researcher at the University of Montreal. At a conference in New York University in March, philosopher, they're still philosophers? Philosopher Raphael Maliri of Columbia University offered yet another jaw-dropping example of what LLMs can do. The model had already demonstrated the ability to write computer code, which is impressive, but not too surprising because it's so much code out there on the internet to mimic. Mallarmé went a step further and showed that GPT can execute code too. However, the philosopher typed in a program to calculate the 83rd number in the Fibonacci sequence. It's a multi-step reasoning of very high degree, he says, and the bot nailed it. When Mallarmé asked directly for the 83rd Fibonacci number, however, GPT got it wrong. And this suggests the system wasn't just parroting the internet. Rather, it was performing its own calculations to reach the correct answer. Or incorrect answer, I guess. Although an LLM runs on a computer, it is not itself a computer. It lacks essential computational elements, such as working memory. In a tacit acknowledgement that GPT on its own should not be able to run code, its inventor, the tech company OpenAI, has since introduced a specialized plugin, a tool ChatGPT can use when answering a query that allows it to do so. But that plugin was not used in Maliri's demonstration. Instead, he hypothesizes the machine improvised a memory by harnessing its mechanisms for interpreting words according to their context. A situation similar to how nature repurposes existing capacities for new functions. Blah, blah, blah. Researchers marvel at how much LLMs are able to learn from text. For example, Palvik and her then PhD student, Roma Patel, found that these networks absorb color descriptions from internet text and construct internal representations of color. When they see the word red, they process it not just as an abstract symbol, but as a concept that has certain relationships to maroon, crimson, fuchsia, rust, and so on. Demonstrating was somewhat tricky. So the AI is out there and it's learning and they don't know how or why. You know, maybe it is something to worry about. I don't know. I don't care. LDG says my neighbor's house is for sale and Cracker Barrel is 2 minutes away.
That's not good. They gotta do it.
They have to deliver though. Last on the case is Cracker Barrel, a chicken fried steak. Sounds really good now. I like some grits. They're breakfast. Yitza Lemon says they explore each other's cave. It's about drilling in caves. Admiral Teague says, hey, Alberto, pray 5, Kapla, Admiral. Captain Phantom Nerd says hello to Admiral Teague. And Admiral Teague says, what's up to Captain Phantom Nerd. Okay, I guess it's time for the Dear Bops. Let's head on over to Dear Bop. Okay. Dear Bop. Okay, since you didn't look at the Doctor Who list, here's one of the props that looks like a penis. It's a classic Doctor Who from the Time Monster. I see it. It's a censor, nothing more, nothing less. Good for it. Dear Bob, can you explain this from Enterprise? Thank you. Even a broken clock is correct twice a day. I'm glad we can finally agree on something. I want to apologize for what I said the other day. I was out of line. Yes, you were. I'm glad we can finally agree on something. I don't know what needs to be explained. The ambassador says you were out of line. Archer says I was out of line. The ambassador says, yes, you were. And Archer says, well, at least we agree on something. Archer agrees with Admiral Saval in that saying Archer was out of line. So that's what they agree on. I don't know about the broken clock reference. That really doesn't make much sense. Dear Bob, Spaceballs watch party when? Probably not anytime soon. I did a Spaceballs watch party when I was doing Cinema Saturday or Cinema Sunday. Spaceballs was one of the movies we watched. You know, I like Spaceballs, but I don't need to watch it again. I mean, once every 4 or 5 years is fine. And I would say I probably watched it 2 years ago, maybe, at this point. So I had watched Galaxy Quest again. That I also watched maybe 2 or 3 years ago, but Galaxy Quest I'd watched sooner than Spaceballs. Dear Bob, if you were in fighting shape, who would you have a YouTube boxing match with? I can see if you were going against LDG, but he has that AI brain and might predict all your moves. If I was in the shape I was before I got sick, I would, anybody I've seen on YouTube, I would take. I would love, if Salty if Salty was in shape, or, not also physically disabled at this point, and we were both, 20 years younger and able to walk, I would totally get in a boxing match with Salty. I'm not saying I would win every fight, but I would do it. There's nobody else on YouTube that scares me. Frankly, I think I've probably got a few inches and 50 to 100 pounds, or would have had 50 to 100 pounds on anybody at my peak. So yeah, there's nobody I'd run away from. I suspect there's some people who would fight dirty, but I'd be ready for them. Dear Bob, I used to be Moxley. I changed my name. Trying it out for a while, may change it back. Sean PRK, aka Mox. Thanks for letting us know, Moxley, or Sean, whichever you prefer. It's up to you. I mean, whatever name you like. You just let us know if you change it back, I guess. Dear Bob, hello, sir. My name is Alvin Bragg. I am the beloved by all New York County District Attorney. I recently found out your father worked on slot machines in his kitchen. Today I have launched an investigation into your late father. There is 100% we will charge him with a crime. Yes, I know he sadly passed away years ago, but I am Alvin Bragg, and I can charge anyone I want, even if the statute of limitations ended, if the suspect is deceased, or even if it's not a crime at all. I also suggest you turn yourself in as a co-conspirator. This is New York. You will not escape the law. Well, I'm going to be hiding out at Mar-Largo. Come and get me. Dear Bob, I'm looking at a new lawnmower. What's a good one for under 300? I seen they got battery operated push mowers. I'm not sure if they're any good. I do not want an electric corded mower. You probably just want to buy some goats. Just goats they're quieter, and I think they're cheaper in the long run. So just buy a goat or two, and it'll keep your lawn nice and short. And then just give the goat away. Get a new goat next summer. There'll just be some wild goats. Eventually, you won't even need to buy goats. There'll be plenty of goats to eat the grass. The Random Menace says Spaceballs is overrated, and Mel Brooks is a meh dictator. Fight me. I'll tell you, History of the World Part 2 was a tremendous disappointment. Mel Brooks lost a lot of credibility with History of the World Part 2. Miss Londell says, how about a Hammer Horror Mini-Fest after Bird? Here's the Cosme link. Cool, check it out. A Hammer Horror Mini-Fest at Miss Londell's. Captain Phantom Nerd says, the Random Menace, I agree. Spaceballs is overrated. Spaceballs is funny, but it's not rewatch it every year fun. And one more, dear Bob. What's the point of saying Mr. first name, he, him, or Miss first name, she, her? We already solved identity a long time ago with Mr. and Ms. No, I agree, especially if your pronouns agree with your gender. I really don't see the point of putting in pronouns. If you prefer they, them, or something like that, then I can understand why you'd want to put your pronouns out there. But I still don't necessarily agree with them. I don't disagree. It's complicated. But yeah, just putting your pronouns out there just to make people who need it feel better about themselves. That's just stupid. I'm sorry. That's like saying, oh yes, I breathe oxygen and I'm allergic to poison ivy. You know, that's just the norm. You don't say that you're allergic to poison ivy. Everybody assumes you're allergic to poison ivy. If you're not allergic to poison ivy, then you might want to advertise that. That's something worth advertising.
Excuse me.
Yes, Mama Frere.
Since it doesn't seem politically correct anymore to use he and she.
Nobody said it's not politically correct using and she.
Oh, well, I thought you can't assume.
No, it's the thing is right, not to assume gender, but
Okay.
if you use
Oh, no,
he
no.
and she is perfectly fine.
But
to
if
you.
I don't know, can I use it instead?
Mm, The preferred thing is to ask if you're not sure.
Well,
Or just use their name,
if I don't know their name, can I just refer to
the person.
it over there? There.
Uh,
No, no.
I don't think that's,
You don't think that's good?
I don't think using it.
I like.
Dear Bob, I don't understand why I'm in HR again. All I said to my coworkers was it's either they speak English or I'm calling immigration. Yeah, I don't see why HR would have you either. Maybe they want to give you an award. Ask them to make the award out to a financial award made out to cash. Anyway, guys, thank you all for hanging out. It's been one of those Mondays. We got a whole week ahead of us. I hope to see you around. Check out the Underground at freethenet.org/underground. Check out Mr. Londell's Cosme Room. The link is up. And I don't know if Deej and LDG really are going to do a Wordle off, but keep an eye out. Maybe they are. Kapla all. Bird